You've worked hard, you've strived, you've pushed yourself to the limit, yet you find yourself stuck in the same rut. It's frustrating, a maddening cycle of progress followed by regression. Why? Because your self-image is your life's autopilot. And if that autopilot is programmed for failure, no amount of external effort will keep you on a path to success. How many times have you self-sabotaged just as things started looking up? You might land a promotion, shed a few pounds, or find a fantastic relationship, only to find yourself inexplicably pulled back. It's like hitting an invisible wall. Most people attribute this to a lack of willpower, discipline, or simply bad luck. But the root cause is far deeper. It's your self-perception, the internal picture you hold of yourself, a picture shaped years ago, often unconsciously, by experiences, words, and unspoken judgments. Perhaps you were told, directly or indirectly, that you weren't smart enough, attractive enough, capable enough. You internalized those messages, accepting them as unshakable truths. This explains why fitness plans fail, why you impulsively spend bonuses, why promising relationships crumble. Your self-image, your inner thermostat, is set to a certain temperature, and it will fight tooth and nail to return you to that normal, regardless of your external achievements. This isn't some abstract concept. It's a tangible force that shapes your life in profound ways. It affects your health, energy, and even your relationships. I've seen people battle weight for years, only to finally break free when they change their internal narrative, visualizing themselves as healthy and strong. It's not a magic trick. Neuroscience confirms that the brain doesn't distinguish between what you imagine and what's real. If you see yourself as a failure, your actions will align with that belief. You've probably tried to change before, tried harder, worked longer, but you've tackled the symptoms, not the disease. You've painted over cracks in a crumbling foundation. You need to rebuild the foundation itself, your self-image. Start by writing down how you see yourself now, honestly and without filters. Then, write down how you want to see yourself. Not how you think it's possible, but how you truly desire to be. Read those descriptions aloud every morning and night for 30 days, visualizing, feeling, acting as if it's already true. It'll feel awkward at first, but consistency is key. You're rewriting your mental software. Look around you. How many people are stuck in repetitive cycles of disappointment? How often have you said, "This time will be different," only to find yourself in the same place? Changing your self-image is not optional. It's absolutely necessary for genuine transformation. It impacts what you believe you deserve. Do you find yourself downplaying compliments? That's not modesty. It's your self-image whispering, "You're not worthy." This isn't just about your mind. It impacts your body and your health. Your self-image even dictates your financial success. If you believe money is scarce and hard-earned, that belief will limit your earning potential. Similarly, a salesperson with a self-limiting belief about their worth will consistently underperform, even with a fantastic product and strong sales skills. The most insidious thing is that this internal programming creates the illusion of choice. You think you're making decisions, but you're merely following a predetermined path. It's like autopilot on a plane. You can fiddle with the controls, but the destination remains unchanged. This applies to relationships, well-being, and every other aspect of your life. People longing for love might unconsciously sabotage any genuinely caring partner because their inner programming dictates that they don't deserve happiness. The key is awareness, then repetition. Reprogram your subconscious mind by consciously repeating new, empowering beliefs until they replace the old ones. This is like reinstalling your operating system. Write down who you choose to be using present tense affirmations. I am confident. I am abundant. I am capable. Read them aloud, feel them, visualize them daily for 90 days. Your brain will resist initially, but persistence is crucial. You're not just changing your actions, you're fundamentally changing who you are. Inaction is also a choice, a costly one. I know this cost intimately. The price of transformation is far less than the price of remaining the same. Most people chase symptoms while ignoring the root cause. It's like mopping a floor while a pipe keeps leaking. Address the source, your self-image. The only limit is the one you create within yourself. You can work harder, study more, strive endlessly, but until your self-image aligns with your aspirations, you'll always be pulled back. People try to change outcomes without changing the root cause, leading to endless cycles. They gain weight, lose weight, earn money, lose money. They achieve success only to sabotage themselves. Their inner image remains unchanged, preventing sustained progress. You want more money? Fantastic. But do you see yourself as a wealthy person or someone aspiring to be wealthy? Those are vastly different internal pictures. One projects confidence and abundance, the other insecurity and doubt. This internal image informs your every decision. Even with external success, if your inner image can't support it, you'll undermine your own progress. Mike Tyson's story exemplifies this. He amassed millions, only to lose it all. Oprah, conversely, built an empire despite immense hardship, because she first built a strong, confident self-image. It's not magic, it's neuroscience. Your self-perception creates neural pathways that guide your choices and ultimately determine your outcomes. Imagine two entrepreneurs, one confident, creative, capable, the other insecure and fearful. The first will likely thrive, even with similar resources. This is because they embody the identity of a successful entrepreneur. This is how real transformation begins, by changing your inner identity. Stop fighting the world and start reforming your mental image. Don't wait for success to change your self-image. Change your self-image and success will follow. Write down in the present tense who you choose to be. I am confident, I am abundant, I am worthy. Read this every day, feeling it, visualizing it vividly. Your subconscious doesn't distinguish between the real and the imagined. It responds to repetition and emotion. Once that new identity takes root, your actions will shift, naturally, spontaneously. People will say, "You're different." But you're simply aligned with the person you already are inside. You don't need external validation to feel worthy. Create that worth internally, and the world will align. You can diet, learn about finances, take courses, and still be pulled back if your self-image is stuck. This isn't conjecture, it's an observable pattern. Your internal image acts as a magnet and an anchor. Until you change how you see yourself, everything revolves around the same frequency. I've learned this firsthand. I failed at dieting until I changed my internal image. Most people think, if I lose weight, I'll love myself. But the order is reversed. Love yourself first. See yourself as the person you want to be, and your body will follow. 92% of New Year's resolutions fail, not due to lack of will, but because people try to change behavior without changing identity. Your true identity is defined by your perception. The harsh truth is, many people live believing in their own inadequacy, feeling weak, scattered, and unhappy, simply because they haven't learned the art of inner transformation. This is why even financially successful individuals, haunted by feelings of scarcity, continue to struggle with money. It's why those who feel unworthy of love choose partners who reject them or make them uncomfortable with affection. It's why someone who sees themselves as disorganized can't keep their home tidy for more than a week, despite weekend deep cleans and ambitious plans. Your actions aren't driven by your desires, but by your deeply held beliefs about yourself. The astonishing part, understanding this shifts everything. You stop fighting the consequences, stop blaming yourself for the results, and start focusing on the root cause. And believe me, changing that root is entirely possible. I've witnessed this transformation in my own life and in the lives of thousands. Remember when I said your body responds to your self-image? That's not some woo-woo spiritual concept. It's pure biology. When you see yourself as healthy, your brain releases chemicals that reinforce healthy habits. Your attention gravitates toward opportunities and resources that were always there but previously overlooked. Suddenly, you want to exercise, drink more water, sleep better, creating a virtuous cycle. Why? Because you shifted your internal reference point. Your body simply follows the new command. It's the same with money. Seeing yourself as prosperous changes your decisions. You start rejecting jobs you previously accepted out of fear, valuing your time, taking better care of your possessions, and almost effortlessly attracting more abundance. The new image demands new compatible experiences. In relationships, the impact is even more profound. Seeing yourself as worthy of love stops you from begging for attention, accepting crumbs, or shrinking yourself to fit into someone who never truly valued you. And here's the intriguing part. People around you react differently. Some distance themselves, and that's a good thing. Others draw closer, but all of them, in some way, align with the new standard you've set. So, if you feel stuck in a rut, if your efforts feel unsustainable, if success keeps slipping through your fingers, it's time to ask yourself a simple question. What belief about myself is creating this reality? Honest self-reflection is the first step to breaking the cycle. You're not failing. You're simply replaying a story you learned to tell about yourself. The incredible news is you can rewrite that narrative. And when you do, your body, your finances, and your relationships will have no choice but to follow suit. Let me be crystal clear. Nobody will do this work for you. Nobody. No matter how much they love you, how much they want you to succeed, transforming your self-image is solely your responsibility. Most people spend their lives trying to fit into others' molds, hoping for a miraculous alignment that never comes, because you weren't born to live up to anyone else's expectations. And while you're trying to please everyone, you'll remain frustrated, out of place, and insignificant. I've seen it countless times. Talented individuals brimming with potential and brilliant ideas, trapped in lives they didn't create. People who chose careers their parents approved of, married because it was time, said yes to unwanted opportunities for fear of seeming ungrateful. The result? Emptiness, a constant feeling of wasting something precious. And they are. They're wasting the one irreplaceable asset, time. You can change this, but it won't be easy. Transforming your self-image demands courage, questioning everything you've believed, letting go of old identities, saying no to safe paths and yes to terrifying possibilities, facing judgment, accepting that some people may leave your life. Above all, it requires taking control without asking permission. This is the point most people avoid. It's easier to blame the government, your partner, your childhood, the economy, bad luck. But as long as you keep handing the keys to your transformation to someone else, you'll remain imprisoned. I spent years trying to fit in, doing what was expected of me. I was in the Canadian Royal Navy, but only on land duty, never set foot on a ship. That perfectly reflected how I felt inside, out of place, stuck in something incompatible with me. Back then, I believed life was about working, obeying, repeating. Until one day I decided enough. I quit everything and started my first cleaning business. No training, no experience, no support. Everyone thought I was crazy. But that was the first time I felt truly alive. Because for the first time, I was being true to the image I wanted to create. When you do that, when you choose your own path, something shifts. You attract different people, opportunities, ideas. You stop vibrating like someone who needs rescuing and start vibrating like someone in command. Neuroscience backs this up. Aligning with a new identity creates new neural pathways. You literally begin to think in ways you never thought before. Thinking differently leads to acting differently. Acting differently leads to living differently. But it all begins with the image you choose to project. A crucial question: how do you want to be remembered? Not at the end of your life, but now. How do you want to be seen by those around you? More importantly, how do you want to see yourself when you look in the mirror? Because ultimately, what defines you isn't what you own or what others think. It's what you accept as true about yourself every day, silently. The greatest freedom isn't money, travel, or flexible work. It's being yourself, unafraid, unmasked, without needing to contort yourself to fit into spaces too small for your soul. The only way to experience that freedom is by building an unshakable self-image, one that sustains you in good times, and especially in tough ones, strong enough to withstand judgment, criticism, and temporary setbacks, because they will come. But when you know who you are, nothing can knock you down. You might be asking, where do I start? The answer is simple. Refuse to live another day without your own signature. Radically choose your truth. Say yes to yourself, even if it means saying no to everyone else. Start now. Take a piece of paper. Write one sentence. From today, I choose to live in accordance with who I am, not what others expect of me. Read it daily. Out loud, feel the weight of those words. Then, act like someone who believes it. Don't just repeat the words. Your actions must match the new image. Wear this new identity. Nurture it. Protect it. And you'll see, the outside world will begin to reorganize to reflect the decision you've made within. This is the most powerful decision you can make, finally becoming who you were born to be. Have you noticed how sometimes you feel like you're almost there? Almost got that job, almost closed that deal, almost made it work with that person, almost got rid of that debt, almost overcame that addiction? That almost echoes like a frustrating drumbeat. You keep hitting the goalpost as if some invisible force is preventing you from moving forward. And I'll be blunt, that invisible force is the self-image you haven't yet had the courage to abandon. There's a breaking point most people avoid. It's the moment you need to truly commit to a new version of yourself. But at that threshold, many hesitate, retreat, sabotage. Because even if the old life is limited, it's familiar. The unknown, however promising, is frightening. But understand this, it's precisely at that point, when everything seems uncertain, that true transformation occurs. You'll never feel safe until you leap. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after, when you take the jump and realize you were stronger than you thought. I call this the identity crossing. A moment when you stop merely learning about change and become the change. It doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you decide to stop living a life below what you deserve. One of the biggest saboteurs in this process? Clinging to consistency with your past self. You fear appearing inconsistent, changing your mind, disappointing expectations. But true consistency isn't being faithful to your past version. It's being faithful to the truth you've discovered today. And if your truth has changed, you must change with it. It will be uncomfortable. It will feel like betrayal. It will hurt. It will feel like abandoning parts of yourself. But you're freeing yourself from shackles, releasing the version that served you then, but no longer serves where you're going. I vividly remember a moment like that. After starting to make money with my cleaning business, part of me still felt like that guy who dropped out of school, uneducated, uncultured. I earned more than many college graduates, yet I felt small in meetings, uncomfortable around successful entrepreneurs. You know what I did? I kept quiet, minimized myself, avoided showing up, until one day, tired of that internal conflict, I looked in the mirror and said, either you embrace who you're becoming, or you'll lose everything trying to remain who you're not. That's when I crossed the threshold. I let the old image die. I started studying obsessively, presenting myself confidently, conversing as an equal with people who once intimidated me. That's what changed everything. It's not enough to earn more, to be more. You must allow yourself to live as this new version. Stop dragging yourself around like the old you, wearing clothes that no longer fit. Crossing this identity threshold will indeed bother some people. Some are accustomed to your limitations, threatened by your growth, and will try to pull you back to normal. But this isn't your responsibility, carrying the comfort zone of others. Your responsibility is to be the fullest expression of who you've become. If it bothers them, it's working. You don't need all the answers or to be 100% ready. You just need to decide, then act in harmony with that decision. Start speaking like this new version, walking like it, thinking like it, choosing like it. Because in the mind's eye, being precedes having. First you see yourself as the person, then the world sees it too. Want a powerful exercise? Write a letter from your future self to your present self. Write as if you are the you of a year from now. Describe your life, feelings, relationships, income, how you feel when you wake up, where you live, the impact you're making. Write with emotion, with detail. Read this letter daily, not as fantasy, but as a reminder. This is what I'm building. This is who I've chosen to be. The crossing isn't about time, it's about decision. The only thing separating you from this new version is how much you're willing to let the old one die. Nothing changes on the outside until you change the image you carry inside. You can learn, work, try again, but while your self-image is chained to the old you, the results will always return to the same place. Now that you understand this, it's in your hands to decide whether you continue repeating the cycle or begin rewriting your identity today. By the way, the next video on your screen will help you climb another step on this journey of growth. If you want to become a little better than you are now, more conscious, stronger, more awake, it's your next step. Thank you for being with me. I'll see you there.